Listen to me carefully. Most people lose in life because they are too busy watching what everyone else is doing. They spend their time gossiping, scrolling, comparing and complaining. They want to know who is winning, who is failing, who is making money, who is getting stronger. But let me tell you the truth. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is you, your discipline, your focus, your work, your silence. When you wake up in the morning, don't think about what other people are doing. Don't waste your time looking at their lives. Ask yourself, what am I doing to improve myself today? Am I stronger than yesterday? Am I smarter than yesterday? Am I closer to my goals than yesterday? That's the only comparison you need, not with others, only with yourself. People talk too much, they brag, they announce, they want to prove something with words, but words are cheap, noise is cheap. Results are everything. You don't have to tell the world your plans. You don't have to convince anyone to believe in you. Stay silent, work in the dark, and when the time comes, your results will make so much noise that no one will be able to ignore you. Focus is power. The moment you remove distractions, the moment you stop chasing the opinions of others, you become dangerous because now your energy is not split. It is directed. It is sharp like a blade. And that's what creates champions, not talking, not excuses, not waiting for someone else's approval. Champions are made in silence, with focus, with relentless consistency. So let people doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them underestimate you. Stay silent. Let them think you are nothing. Because one day they will see you standing in front of them, unshakable, undeniable, unstoppable. And when that day comes, you won't need to say a word. Stop watching others. Your only competition is the person in the mirror. Every single day people waste their energy looking at what everyone else is doing. They want to know who has the better body, who drives the better car, who makes more money, who is ahead and who is behind. They scroll, they compare, they envy, and they complain. But this obsession with others is the fastest way to lose focus on yourself. Because while you're watching them, while you're measuring your life against their life, your time is slipping away. And time is the one thing you cannot get back. The truth is simple. The only person you need to compete with is yourself. Yesterday's version of you is your real opponent. If you want to grow, if you want to dominate, if you want to win, then you must be relentless about asking one question every single day. Am I better than I was yesterday? That is the only scoreboard that matters. Because life is not a race against other people. Life is a race against your own comfort zone, your own excuses, your own laziness, your own fear. When you wake up in the morning, the mirror doesn't lie to you. The mirror shows you the truth. You can fool people with stories. You can fool people with excuses, but the reflection in the mirror knows if you've been working, it knows if you've been disciplined, it knows if you've been slacking off. That is why the mirror is your best competition. You cannot hide from it, you cannot cheat it, you cannot fake it. It shows you exactly who you are and exactly what you've been doing. Too many people waste energy hating on others because deep down they know they are not giving their best. They find comfort in comparing because comparison makes it easier to avoid responsibility. They say, he got lucky, or she has it easier, or if I had what they had, I'd be successful too. But that mindset is poison. That mindset destroys growth because every second you spend judging others is a second you are not improving yourself. You cannot build your future by staring at someone else's life. You build your future by locking in on yourself and competing with your own limit. Think about the champions, the true greats, the ones who changed everything. Do you think they wasted time comparing themselves to the people around them? No. They were too busy fighting their own battle. They were too busy going deeper, pushing further, breaking their own records. That's why they stood out. Because while everyone else was watching each other, they were watching the mirror and asking, can I be stronger? Can I be sharper? Can I be more disciplined than I was yesterday? That mindset is what builds legacies. The reason people quit is because they look at others and convince themselves they are too far behind. They see someone ahead, and instead of using that as fuel, they use it as an excuse. They say, I can never catch up, but you don't have to catch up. You don't have to beat them. You only have to beat yourself. And the moment you shift your focus from others to yourself, you take back control. You are no longer a victim of comparison. You are no longer trapped in the illusion that success is about competing with the world. Success becomes about one thing: becoming the strongest, sharpest, most unstoppable version of you. When you walk into the gym, don't look at who's lifting heavier weights. Look at your bar, look at your form. Ask yourself if you can lift more than you did last week. When you're working on your goals, don't worry about who is posting pictures of success online. Ask yourself if you are further than you were last month. When you're grinding, don't waste a second thinking about who is watching you or who is doubting you. The mirror is your accountability partner. The mirror will not let you lie. You must develop tunnel vision. Block out the noise. Ignore the comparisons. Ignore the distractions. Your focus must be razor sharp on one target: improving yourself. That's how you stack wins. That's how you grow, one step at a time, one battle at a time, one victory at a time, because the compound effect of daily improvement is unstoppable. You add 1% today, 1% tomorrow, 1% the next day, and suddenly you are unrecognizable compared to who you used to be. That is how you win, not by watching others, but by outworking your old self again and again. And here's the secret: the day you realize your only competition is yourself is the day you get free. Free from jealousy, free from comparison, free from excuses. You no longer waste energy on things you cannot control. You stop worrying about their timeline and start focusing on your own. You stop doubting your path because it doesn't look like theirs. You understand that your race is yours alone and no one else is running it for you. You must attack life with this mindset every single day. Don't settle for being the same as yesterday. Don't let comfort rob you of growth. Don't allow excuses to take away your future. Challenge yourself. Push yourself, break yourself down, and rebuild yourself stronger. Every day, step into the arena of your own life and compete with the person staring back at you in the mirror. That is where greatness is forged. That is where champions are made. That is where your destiny is decided. Talk less, work more. Results speak louder than words. Too many people are addicted to talking about their goals instead of actually doing the work. They announce what they are going to achieve. They brag about how big their dreams are. They talk about how hard they will grind. But when it comes down to action, there is nothing. Empty words, empty promises, empty noise. And the world is full of noise. The world doesn't need more talkers. The world needs doers. People who don't say, they show. People who don't promise, they prove. People who don't talk about their vision, they bring it to life through action. You have to understand something. Words don't build muscle. Words don't build businesses. Words don't create discipline. Work does, sweat does, sacrifice does. You can say you want to be strong, but unless you are putting in the hours, unless you are lifting, unless you are pushing past the pain, you are just pretending. You can say you want success, but unless you are grinding when nobody is watching, unless you are studying, learning, and moving forward, you are just lying to yourself. Talking is easy, doing is hard. That's why the majority of people never rise above average. The difference between winners and talkers is simple. Winners let their results speak. They don't need to convince anyone with speeches. They don't need to sell their vision with words. They don't waste their time proving themselves in conversations. They prove themselves in the arena, on the field, in the gym, in the office, in the grind. They stay quiet, they stay focused, and they let the work scream for them. Because results are undeniable, results don't need defending, results silence critics without a single word spoken. When you talk too much, you give away your power. You give people the chance to doubt you, to mock you, to discourage you. You give yourself an illusion of progress because talking feels like doing something, but it's not. It's nothing. It's smoke. It tricks you into thinking you've moved, but you haven't taken a single step. You've just wasted breath. Work doesn't need an audience. Work doesn't need applause. Work is done in silence when nobody is clapping, when nobody is cheering, when nobody believes. Work is done behind closed doors in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the hours no one sees. That is where champions are made. Discipline means shutting your mouth and moving your body. Discipline means getting up and doing it, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline means showing up again and again, long after the excitement of talking about your goals has faded away. Because excitement is temporary, but consistency is everything. You can shout about what you want, but if you don't back it up with relentless consistency, it will vanish into nothing. The world doesn't remember what you said. The world remembers what you built. Think about the most powerful people, the ones who actually changed something. They didn't go around explaining themselves or justifying themselves with endless words. They showed up with undeniable proof. Their results forced people to pay attention. Their success spoke louder than any speech they could have made. That is how you create impact, not by talking but by doing, not by noise but by evidence. Not by empty promises, but by visible achievement. There is also strength in silence. Silence keeps people guessing. Silence protects your energy. Silence removes the pressure of living up to words. When you talk less, you have more time to focus, more time to grind, more time to actually do what needs to be done. Silence gives you power because it allows you to move without interference, to grow without distractions, to surprise the world with results they never saw coming. Silence is the shield of the disciplined. Talking less and working more means trusting the process. It means you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to convince anyone that you are serious. You don't have to make them believe in your vision. You simply do the work and let the work create the belief, because when the results show up, nobody can deny it. Nobody can argue with reality. Nobody can stop the momentum of someone who has built their foundation on relentless action instead of empty noise. The world is watching, but the world is not listening to your words. The world is waiting to see if you can back them up. And most people fail because they get trapped in their own talk. They build castles with words, but no foundation with work. And when life tests them, when pressure hits them, when difficulty arrives, those castles collapse instantly. But if you build with work, if you build with sweat, if you build with consistency, nothing can shake you. So you must discipline yourself to shut your mouth and use that energy for action. Don't say you will do it. Do it. Don't say you will change. Don't say you will succeed. Don't announce, execute. Don't promise, deliver. Because people forget what you say, but they will never forget what you show them. Work in silence until your results are so loud they echo through every room you walk into. That's the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary. That's the difference between talkers and winners. Silence is your weapon. Build in the dark, reveal in the light. In a world where everyone is loud, where everyone wants to show off before they have achieved anything, where people announce every move they make and beg for attention, silence becomes power. Silence becomes a strategy. Silence becomes the armor that protects your vision while you are building it. Because when you stay quiet, nobody knows your next move. Nobody knows what you are working on. Nobody knows how far you've come. And that mystery gives you strength. Most people are addicted to validation. They cannot make a move without announcing it. They post every step. They tell everyone their plans. They want likes. They want applause. They want recognition before they've earned it. And because they talk so much, they invite doubt. They invite criticism. They invite distraction. They get caught in the noise and they lose momentum. But those who understand the power of silence don't play that game. They disappear into the grind. They lock themselves away in discipline. They let their work grow in private. And when the time is right, they come out with results so undeniable, so powerful, so loud, that no one can ignore them. Building in the dark means you don't care who's watching. It means you don't need anyone's approval to move forward. You don't need an audience to motivate you. You don't need applause to validate you. You are self-driven. You are powered by your vision, not by other people's attention. And when you operate like that, you become dangerous because no one can interfere with your process. They cannot distract you. They cannot derail you because they don't even know what you're doing. Silence protects your focus. Think about it. If you are loud about your plans, you give people a chance to attack them. You give people a chance to discourage you, to plant doubt in your mind. But if you keep your mouth shut and keep grinding, nobody can touch your vision. Nobody can poison your process. By the time they realize what you've been working on, it's already done. It's already too late. Your silence has been your shield, and your results become your sword. Silence is discipline. Silence is restraint. Silence means you are not wasting energy proving yourself with words. You are not throwing away time arguing with people about what you are capable of. You are not begging anyone to believe in you. You are too busy proving it to yourself. You are too busy stacking wins in private. You are too busy doing the work that others avoid. And that separation is what creates greatness. While they are talking, you are building. While they are showing off, you are preparing. While they are wasting time, you are sharpening your edge. And when the day comes, your silence explodes into results that speak for themselves. Building in the dark requires patience. It requires faith in the process. It requires the ability to delay recognition and stay consistent even when nobody sees, even when nobody claps, even when nobody cares. That is the true test of character. Can you stay committed without an audience? Can you grind without applause? Can you stay disciplined when nobody notices? If you can, you will be unstoppable. Because you are not dependent on outside noise. You are fueled by your own drive. Silence also teaches you humility. It reminds you that greatness is not built on words, but on actions. It reminds you that attention is worthless if it is not backed by substance. It reminds you that what really matters is not how loudly you announce your goals, but how powerfully you achieve them. The quiet ones, the ones who work in shadows, they are the ones who shock the world. Because nobody saw them coming. Nobody expected their rise, and that surprise gives their success even more impact. Reveal in the light means you don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to argue. Your results do all the talking. Your work is the evidence. Your achievements are the proof. People can doubt you all they want. They can laugh at you. They can ignore you. But when you finally show what you have built, their opinions are irrelevant. Your silence has transformed into undeniable truth, and truth cannot be argued with. Silence also gives you control. It allows you to dictate the timing. It allows you to choose when the world sees what you've created. You don't have to rush. You don't have to expose your progress too early. You can keep building until it's solid, until it's unshakable, until it's ready to stand in the light. And when you reveal it, it's not half finished, it's not fragile, it's strong, it's complete, it's powerful. That's the beauty of building in silence. You emerge ready, not halfway. In silence, you train your mind to become tougher. You train yourself to handle the loneliness of growth. Because let's be honest, building in the dark can be lonely. Nobody sees your sacrifices. Nobody celebrates your small wins. Nobody understands your grind, but that loneliness is a gift. It hardens you. It forces you to rely on yourself. It teaches you that you don't need recognition to keep moving forward. It shapes you into someone who doesn't crumble when nobody is watching, but thrives regardless. Silence is your weapon because it confuses your enemies. They can't predict your next step. They can't sabotage your progress. They can't steal your energy because they don't even know where to aim. While they're busy watching each other, you're moving in ways they don't expect. And when you finally reveal, they're shocked because they underestimated you. They thought you were inactive, but in reality, you were unstoppable in the shadows. That is the power of silence. It makes your results a surprise attack. So remember this, the less you talk, the more you can focus. The less you announce, the more you can build. The less you explain, the more energy you have for execution. Silence is not weakness. It's strategy, it's patience, it's power. Build quietly, grind relentlessly, and reveal only when the results are too big to ignore. Focus is power. Remove distractions and direct all energy into your mission. Most people never reach their potential, not because they lack talent, not because they lack resources, not because they lack opportunity, but because they are scattered. Their attention is divided into 1,000 pieces. They are busy with everything and productive with nothing. They chase too many things at once. They start, they stop, they switch, they drift, and in the end, they have nothing to show. But the moment you learn how to focus, the moment you learn to channel all your energy into one clear mission, you become unstoppable. Distractions are everywhere. They are designed to steal your attention, to break your momentum, to weaken your discipline. Your phone, the endless notifications, the opinions of people who don't matter, the constant noise of entertainment, gossip, comparison. It is all there to pull you away from your purpose. If you let it, it will consume your time and destroy your dreams. Focus requires ruthless elimination. It requires you to decide what truly matters and cut off everything else. It requires you to value your mission more than temporary pleasure, more than comfort, more than fitting in with the crowd. Think of your energy like a beam of light. When it is scattered, it is weak. It shines everywhere, but it doesn't change anything. But when that same light is focused, it becomes a laser. It cuts through steel. It becomes unstoppable. That is the difference between a distracted life and a focused life. The distracted person is busy all the time but gets nowhere. The focused person may do less, may speak less, but achieves more in 1 year than others do in 10. Focus transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Focus is power because it creates momentum. When you pour your energy into one thing, day after day, without splitting your attention, you build unstoppable force. You create habits, you develop skill, you sharpen your edge. Every day adds up. Every action compounds, and before you know it, you are miles ahead of the ones who kept switching, kept doubting, kept chasing distractions. Consistency born from focus is the foundation of greatness. To focus, you must learn to say no. You must say no to people who don't align with your vision. You must say no to activities that waste your time. You must say no to temptations that weaken your discipline. Every yes to a distraction is a no to your destiny. Every time you give away your attention to something meaningless, you rob yourself of progress. But when you discipline yourself to say no, when you protect your focus like it is your greatest treasure, you gain control of your life. Distractions are not always obvious. Sometimes they disguise themselves as opportunities. Sometimes they look like good things, but you have to ask yourself, does this move me closer to my mission? Does this align with my vision? If the answer is no, then it's not for you. Focus means cutting away even the good things that are not the best things. It means concentrating on what matters most, even if it means sacrificing comfort, even if it means walking alone, even if it means being misunderstood. The world rewards focus. The people who rise to the top of any field are not the ones who dabble in everything. They are the ones who commit fully, who dedicate themselves completely, who obsess over their craft until they master it. They are not distracted by the noise. They don't chase 100 paths. They choose one, and they go all in. That is why they stand out. That is why they achieve what others only dream of. Focus also gives you clarity. It removes confusion. It eliminates wasted effort. It simplifies your life. You don't wake up wondering what to do because your mission decides for you. You don't waste energy debating between distractions because you already know your direction. Clarity creates freedom. Clarity creates speed, and clarity comes from focus. But focus is not something you have once and keep forever. It is a discipline you must practice daily. Every day, distractions will try to steal it. Every day, temptations will try to weaken it. Every day, you must decide again to lock in, to block out the noise, to concentrate your energy. That is the battle. That is the difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck. The ones who rise are the ones who protect their focus every single day like their life depends on it. There will be people who won't understand. They will call you obsessed. They will call you extreme. They will try to pull you back into their world of comfort and distraction. But you must remember, they are not chasing your mission. They don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. They don't carry your vision. You do, and only you know what it requires. Focus means being willing to stand alone if you must. Focus means choosing discipline over approval. Focus means prioritizing your mission above all noise. When you remove distractions, when you simplify, when you go all in on one mission, your life changes. Your energy becomes sharper. Your progress becomes faster. Your confidence grows because you can see the results stacking up. Focus creates a sense of control, a sense of direction, a sense of power, and that power carries over into every area of your life. You become stronger mentally, tougher physically, sharper emotionally. Focus builds character as much as it builds results. Most people want success, but they don't want to give up distraction. They want greatness, but they also want comfort. They want to win, but they also want to keep wasting time. You cannot have both. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot chase distraction and focus at the same time. You must choose. And if you choose focus, if you choose to direct all of your energy into one mission with discipline and consistency, you will create a life that others can only imagine. Let them doubt you. Your success will be the answer they can't ignore. Doubt is a constant presence in life. People will look at you and decide you are not capable, not ready, not good enough. They will laugh, they will question, they will whisper behind your back, and sometimes they won't even whisper, they will say it straight to your face. They will tell you your dream is impossible, that you are wasting your time, that you are not cut out for it, and you know what, that's fine, let them doubt, let them talk, let them throw their words like stones. Because every word of doubt they throw is fuel for you to build something undeniable. Most people can't see beyond their own limitations, so they try to project them onto you. They tell you it can't be done because they can't do it. They tell you it's too risky because they are too scared to try. They tell you it's unrealistic because they never dared to dream big enough, but their doubt is not your truth. Their doubt is their prison, and if you are not careful, you will let them lock you in it with them. You must decide that you will not live according to their limits. You will live according to your vision. The best response to doubt is not anger. It's not arguing. It's not wasting energy trying to convince them. The best response is silence, patience, and relentless work. While they are doubting, you are grinding. While they are talking, you are building. While they are laughing, you are sharpening. And when the time comes when you reveal what you have been working on, when your results stand in front of them like a mountain, there will be nothing left to say. Because results silence doubt in a way words never can. Doubt is powerful, but only if you let it inside you. If you carry it with you, if you repeat their words in your own head, it will crush you. But if you learn to take their doubt and use it as fuel, it becomes a weapon. Every time someone says you can't, let it drive you harder. Every time someone laughs, let it push you deeper into your grind. Every time someone underestimates you, let it remind you why you started in the first place. Their doubt can either break you or build you, and the choice is always yours. Understand this. People only doubt those who are trying to do something big. Nobody doubts the person who stays comfortable, who stays average, who stays small. Nobody laughs at the one who follows the crowd because there's nothing to laugh at. But the moment you step outside, the moment you dream bigger, the moment you decide to rise higher, the doubt comes. And instead of letting it hurt you, you should let it reassure you, because doubt is a signal. Doubt means you are aiming at something worth fighting for. Doubt means you are daring to break the pattern. Doubt means you are moving into territory that makes others uncomfortable, and that's exactly where growth happens. Your success will be the answer they cannot ignore, not a speech, not a debate, not an explanation. Success, tangible, undeniable, visible success. That is the ultimate response to every critic, every doubter, every person who told you it was impossible. Because when you succeed, their words collapse. Their arguments crumble, their laughter turns into silence, and silence is the sound of victory. But make no mistake, success is not given. Success is earned through sacrifice, through sweat, through late nights and early mornings, through pushing when no one is watching, through grinding in silence while they doubt in the open. Success is built brick by brick while others are busy talking. And it takes time, it takes patience, it takes resilience to keep going when it feels like everyone is against you. But if you can stay the course, if you can keep moving forward despite the noise, you will reach a point where even your harshest critics have no choice but to respect you. There is a certain beauty in proving people wrong, not with arrogance, not with gloating, but simply by becoming undeniable. You don't have to rub it in their faces. You don't have to shout about it. You just stand tall in your success, and the silence of your critics says everything. They may never admit they were wrong. They may never say the words, but deep down they will know, and that is enough. Letting people doubt you also teaches you patience, because you learn to stop relying on outside validation. You learn that belief in yourself is stronger than the disbelief of others. You learn to trust your vision even when nobody else can see it. And that self-belief is unshakable once it is forged in the fire of doubt. If you can keep believing when no one else does, then nothing can stop you. Because you don't need their approval, you only need your discipline. One day, the very same people who doubted you will ask how you did it. The same ones who laughed will want to learn from you. The same ones who ignored you will now watch every move you make, and you won't even have to say anything because your life will be the evidence. That is the true victory, not proving them wrong with words, but proving them wrong with results so powerful they cannot deny you anymore. So let them doubt you, let them laugh, let them talk, let them think you are wasting your time. Because while they are stuck in their small world of limitations, you are building something greater. And when it's finished, when it's standing tall for everyone to see, when the light finally shines on what you built in the dark, their doubt will be gone, and your success will be the only answer left.